all. Welcome to Sarvabhauma's English e-learning academy. I am your Lakshmikant Kulkarni, Assistant Professor in English, BITM, Ballari. Today I am going to discuss about reported speech. It is one of the major topic in English grammar. Okay, let us see. Reporting. There are two ways of reporting a speech. Number one is direct speech and number two is indirect speech or reported speech. Okay. So let us understand some rules. So here we should have to change the direct speech into reported speech. Let us understand or let us learn the rules. First, the basic rules are the first one. Inverted commas are left out. So usually we put inverted comma in a direct speech and it should be left out. So the second one is that. The conjunction that is introduced to link the reporting clause with the reported clause as in a statement in English. So the word that, the conjunction that should be added. Okay. So there are two rules. Okay, there are two different types of rules. One is general rules and second one is special rules. So in this video I am going to discuss about general rules only. Yes, in next video I'll discuss about special rules. General rules. In general rules, the first one is change of tense. Change of tense. Usually it is the most important thing in reported speech. Okay, change of tense. Let us understand some rules. Change of tense is usually governed by the tense of the reporting verb. It is the most important thing. The change of tense is usually governed by the tense of the reporting verb. Yes, it is the most important thing. Okay, here the first clause will decide the tense of the direct speech. Okay, which speech or which tense should be used in indirect. The condition: when the reporting verb is in the present or future, there is no change in the tense of reported clause. See, usually we say that. Okay, let us understand through examples, then we can easily grasp this point. See, usually just I read the example. D means direct speech, ID means indirect speech. Okay, Ganga says I like sweets. In indirect speech, if you transform this particular sentence in indirect speech, just I'll read out the answer. Ganga says that she likes sweets. What is the first rule? Inverted comma should be removed. Okay, in indirect speech we have removed inverted comma and we added the conjunction that to link both sentences. Here we are having two sentences. One is Ganga says, it is nothing but reporting clause. Okay, I like sweets, it is reported clause. Based on reporting clause, tense should be decided. Okay, see here, Ganga says, the word says is nothing but V1 plus S. It is nothing but the particular sentence is in present tense. Whenever you get reporting clause, this particular first clause in present tense, no need to change the tense. Okay, so why just I'll read again. Ganga says that she likes sweets. Only we have changed the pronoun. According to the pronoun we have used the main verb. The second example, he says I will learn English. He says that he will learn English. There is no change in the tense. Okay, sorry. In the tense. Third example, he says, see, the first sentence is in present tense and the second sentence is in past tense. Okay, as like the first sentence, we should have to write. There is no change in reported clause. He says, I went home on Monday. Okay, in indirect speech, he says that he went home on Monday. That's all. That's it. Okay. Second one, the second major rule is nothing but past tense. If the reporting clause is past tense, is in past tense, yes, the reported clause should be in past tense. It is a major condition. I'll read it out. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, the verb of the reported clause is changed into the corresponding past tense. Yes, so it is the main thing. For example, Ramu said. The word said is nothing but V2 and this particular sentence is in past tense. Ramu said, I have written a novel. Okay, in indirect speech, Ramu said that he had written a novel. See, please pay attention to this particular sentence. Okay, Ramu said, it is past tense and the reported clause in present tense. Okay, I have written a novel. It's changed in its corresponding past tense. Yes, the sentence is in present perfect. So present perfect sentence could be changed into past perfect. Okay, Ramu said that he had written a novel. Understood? Okay. Here, let us see some rules. Okay, rules is nothing but which tense changes into which one. Okay, let us see this. Direct speech, there are two columns. One is direct speech and second one is indirect speech. Okay, in a direct speech, present simple, it changes as past simple. Present continuous, it changes as past continuous. Present perfect, it changes as past perfect. Past simple, it changes as past perfect. Please mind this. And present perfect continuous tense, it changes as past perfect continuous tense. If you get past perfect continuous tense, it remains same. Okay. Will changes as would, shall changes as should, can changes as could, may or might changes as might, must or have to. Okay, you can write must for must, you can write must or had to, but have to changes as had to, not must. Please understand this particular point. So next, let us see the chat. Some words are there. These words changes, we will get some minor changes in this particular words. Okay, direct speech and indirect speech. Again, there are two columns. Okay, I'll read it out. Now, the word now changes as then. Today changes as that today. Here changes as there. This changes as that. Tomorrow changes as the following day or the next day or the day after. Next week changes as the following week or the week after. Yesterday changes as the previous day or the day before. Last week changes as the previous week or the week before. Ago changes as before or previously. Tonight changes as that night. Okay, so just you can copy these points just as it is what I mentioned in this PPT. Okay, next let us understand interrogative sentences. It is nothing but questions in indirect speech. How to deal I'll read out. A question is changed into a statement. It is the most important thing. The question in a direct tense, if you are writing reported speech in indirect speech, a question is changed into a statement and question mark should be removed. Point number 2, or the second point, a question word is repeated after the reporting verb when it is a WH word question. It is nothing but if the question starts from WH words, it is nothing but when, who, where, how, etc. etc. The question word is repeated after the reporting verb when it is a WH word. So let us go through with the examples. So in the first condition, just I have mentioned the structure subject plus verb. Okay, just I will read out this particular example. How are you feeling? Question mark. It is reported clause, and reporting clause is nothing but he said to me. He said to me. Just I'll read. I'll read the answer. He asked me. He asked me how I was feeling. How I was feeling, not how was I feeling. Okay, because here we are not framing the question. Here we are not framing the question. Please mind this one. Let us see the second example. She said, "Why didn't he come?" She asked me why he didn't come. Okay, I mentioned question mark, but that is wrong. Please just remove that while typing. It has been mistaken. Okay, some conditions are there. WH family words remains. Actually, it should be remain. WH family words remain same in indirect speech. Here we are not going to add any other word, or we are not going to remove the particular question or interrogative word. Next, all the questions in direct speech are converted into statement and tense to is changed in all the parts if necessary. Okay, the condition, if the reporting clause in present tense, it will be in present tense. If reporting clause is in past tense, the reported clause will be in past tense. According to its necessary or the basic rules, sentence acts or works. Next, the use of if or whether is not permissible before a question word. Yes, it is the most important thing because we are using WH family words. So if you get WH family words in the direct speech, you are not permissible to use if or whether. Okay, please mind this. Let us move forward. Okay, next, yes or no question. I think all of you are aware about yes or no question. These kind of questions start from helping verbs. Okay, a direct yes or no question is turned into indirect speech in this way. Okay. Please, the first one, reporting verb is changed into ask or inquire or ask plus object, person addressed. Second one, if or whether is used when it is a yes or no question. Say here, please pay attention. Whenever you get these kind of questions, here we use or we add if or whether in the sentence. For example, she said, "Are you writing a poem or a story?" We are not allowed to pronounce it as poem. It is wrong. Okay, it should be pronounced as poem. The answer is she asked me whether I was writing a poem or a story. Here, what happened? We have added the word whether, okay, to remove the interrogativeness in the sentence. Second one, he said, if it rains, Will you play the match? He asked me whether we would play the match if it rained. Okay. Uh, there is a condition. When a yes or no question contains an if clause. Okay. Already, if you get the word if in the particular sentence, whether must be used to avoid the repetition of if. Okay. So, it should be started from whether. Next, let us see questions beginning with shall I or shall we. It is the most important and very beautiful and very sensitive clause. Okay. uh, Questions beginning with shall I or shall we to express request or advice or instruction are changed like yes or no question. Okay. I'll explain you. Just let me read the example first. She said, shall I switch on the fan? It is nothing but request. Okay. Indirect speech. She asked whether she should switch on the fan. Yes. Uh, just one point, one highlighted point. Notice that shall becomes should, not would. In this kind of sentences, whenever shall I or shall we in the sentence or the question starts from shall I or shall we, and the sentence denotes or expresses about the request or advice or instructions, at that time shall changes as should. It is a basic point. Let us see the second example. Here we will get some twist. Okay. She said, shall I ever get a job? She wondered if she would ever get a job. See, look at the answer or the second example. Here what happened? Should shall changed as would. Why it has changed as would? Why don't we use should? There is a clause. I'll read it out. Shall becomes would when such questions express request for information. Yes, request for information. Whenever the question denotes about the request for information or confirmation, at that time shall changes as would. Okay. Next, question tags. It is the most important thing in indirect speech. Question tags are changed like yes or no questions. The statement part is left out and the tag is expanded to a full question. Okay, the tag is expanded to a full question. It is the most important thing. Let us see the example. Okay, for example, she said, you don't like him, do you? Can you frame the question by using do you? Yes. Do you is the question tag. What is the principle or rule is saying? Question tags are changed like yes or no questions. The statement part is left out and the tag is expanded to a full question. It is the most important thing, my dear learners. Okay. She asked me if I liked him. She asked me if I liked him. Say, you don't like him, do you? It is nothing but confirmation. It is a question tag. And this particular thing or the tag should be the tag should be expanded to a full question. So what might be the full question? Do you like him? If I liked him, it changed as if I liked him. Yes or no in indirect speech. See, yes or no as answer to a question. Please mind this, yes or no as answer to a question is turned into indirect speech in this way: subject plus auxiliary verb. And it is nothing but statement. Just I'll go through with the example, then you will understand easily. He said, can you help me? I said yes. Yes, the answer is yes. The question is, can you help me? How to change? Yes, let us see the answer. He asked me if I could help him, and I said that I could. Yes changes as I could. If you are not going to help him, I couldn't. If you get no in the direct speech at that time, the answer might be I couldn't. Yes, the second example which is related to the negative one. Okay. I said, will you go home? She said no. Here the negative word is mentioned. Okay. I asked her whether should go home, and she replied that she wouldn't. Please notice this. Okay. Thank you for watching this, and it's to be continued. It is the part 1, and I need to discuss about the special rules. Today I discussed about general rules in this video. In next video I will discuss about special rules and excludings. Okay, it is the most important thing in any topic. So please wait and watch the complete video and make notes. I hope you will understand everything. I think you understood uh, all the points in this video. If you get any doubt, uh, please write in the comment box. Okay, or just text me. I'll try to solve the doubts. Please make sure just copy all the points what I mentioned in the video and wait for second video. It will come. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Stay home and be safe. Thank you.